Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. We're just checking the streaming bitrate. Some feedback here. Hang tight, just getting things together. This is also one of the X peak hours, so we are making sure that we're not going to get dropped as we start up here. If we do, we're just going to repost it, so just a moment before we start. The bitrate is playing a dance with us as well, just like the markets. It's going up and down, just on the X streaming side. So I'm just monitoring it before we start, making sure we don't hit hit the stop loss on the bitrate. Just a moment. Anyway, sometimes we just got to take the risk. We're going to go ahead and take that risk and start the session. Got backup recordings going and the Forex Lens market unified market narrative AI running in the background as well. So tracking everything in real time. We'll be consolidating all of that, all the confluence points as we've shown you before on X and in the portal. Stay tuned for that. Still going through the testing and everything, making sure the code is perfect and that all the different infrastructure from our partners is hooked up properly. Some of that is taking some time, but it's iterative. We are agile. We're agile focused, so we're definitely we're used to taking something that's been planned out and being agile with it, right? So that's just part of the process, and we respect that process. So we hope you do too. And with that being said, I'm gonna hop off and pass the microphone over to SPDas for New York Part Two. We just spoke with IT Trader, and he had some amazing insights as always. And here's some extra insights for you. Continuing from London is SPDas with the New York Part Two. Just a moment.
Forex Lens gives you the edge. Forex Lens understands the global economy and financial markets. With machine learning, we give you real-time global analysis and investment strategies. Forex Lens lets you invest and earn with institutional traders, even if you're new to trading. Trading and investing made simple with Forex Lens. Check out our performance at forexlens.com. Get the edge on trades. Your eye into the markets. forexlens.com.
SPDas, we're ready to go whenever you are.
Yeah, thank you, Igor, and welcome everyone. We are back to the New York session, and let's get started straight away without wasting a moment. Let's get dig into the hourly chart for Euro, because we've already touched base with the larger degree counts twice today, so I believe that most of them have followed. Tomorrow, in Tokyo, Sydney overlap, we'll be with the larger degree counts, and I've already prepared the euro chart here, and it seems like the corrective decline was not a flat. It's a combination, three, three, and three. So it's three down and three up, and again three down. So it's a WXY. Okay, but nonetheless, it's a corrective wave, at least until now, as we see the price action. Whether and corrective waves are really complex to identify at the beginning of when they're starting. So initially it was a 335, so we were expecting a flat, and then there was a slight pullback, and now we can see another five wave. So it's an ABC. So it's 333, a combination. And I've also done a short-term resistance trend line here, uh, which got broke prices heading towards the buy zone, and then back testing. It's back testing the trend line. Now this area ideally should act as a very strong support. So if you are correct, the next wave in the Euro USD is going to go on the north side. So the trade setup that we've discussed, Euro on the long side, that's wave three, wave four sideways a bit, and then finally we'll have a wave five push higher. That's the projection for Euro USD. All right. So we've already done the trades last two sessions, so I'm not typing it again. but just for the sake of those who are uh, visiting for the first time or watching for the first time, it's good to still buy euro as we are near 1.03 handle with a stop loss around 1.02 handle and potential targets around. That's the Fibonacci wave 3 extension, which is at 1.06 That's the first target, and wave 5 would be going towards 1.07 and higher. All right. Again, let me remind this is the beginning of a trend. If you've done correctly what we've done, and we might be surprised to see the price action rallying over 1,000 points from here. So positional traders, kindly make note of that. All right. Let's flip the chart to the dollar index now. Again, I'm going to just touch base with the hourly where we have got the trade setups in line. Again, as we were talking about euro, the corrective wave, at least till now, the wave is corrective, but it's pushed across the 786. Normally, when the second wave are forming, they have a tendency to dig around 88% of Fibonacci sometimes. All right, and that could be the case happening right now as well. So we'll stick to our trade plan with an entry around the current levels 109, 20, 30. We entered a bit earlier as well, 108, 60 and 108, 20. Line is that stop loss should remain well above 109.55. And once again, if we look at the corrective wave, if we can just spend a moment here, see three and up there. So it's again a WXY, a combination. That's AC actually. A very short B and a C. So once again, if prices break above 109.55, momentarily that would be a momentary high though. So be aware of that. We might get stopped out a bit. 105.80, 109.80 is the stop loss, but it doesn't imply that the trend is changing. Okay, we might lose on one trade, but again we'll capitalize on the other side as well. That has not happened yet, but I'm just keeping my options open. If what we've done is correct, then uh-oh, The next move should be heading prices lower towards 106 and then little sideways dig for wave 4 and then 105. Even the Fibonacci ratio, there you are, the Fibonacci extension 1.618 is also pointing towards the same price targets. All right, so that is the story for the dollar index. I'll quickly bring up gold first. If we continue the story from where we left in the London session, if you remember, we were talking about a potential last push towards 70 mark. It's already there, I mean 65, 70, so it's not going to make much difference now, but the price action, the wave theory suggests that we are now almost there to enter. So if you are watching the video for the first time, it's an optimized entry, okay? Right now, around the 65, 70 mark. This is the zone where we'll be looking to enter short side. All right. And if we lay down the path going forward, it would push slightly around the 61.8% mark and then draw down lower to complete the structure. Now, ideally, if you look at the wave counts, this is wave 1 minute. We are looking for wave 2 minute, either complete or near to completion. That brings us to wave 3, 4, and 5 minute lower. All right. And this 5 wave structure lower would complete a minor wave 4 lower in gold. That's what is the high probable wave setup. Now, for this count to hold true, we need to stay below that high, which is 27.25. All right. Till the time prices are below 27.25, gold is good to sell on rallies. And sorry, this is the optimized price entry to go short. All right. So once again, if I revise quickly, the short side is around 65, 70, the range possibly 75. Stop goes around 27.30, and the target is around 2500, as discussed in the previous two sessions. Okay, now we'll touch base with the Bitcoins, all four of them. There you are, it's taking its own time. I mean, Bitcoin, the first one of the four, it's taking its own time. But believe it or not, if it's exactly the same, minute wave 1, minute wave 2, then we are probably heading north as we have price action set up here towards 1110, possibly 121 as well. Now, the only thing, if you're joining in for the first time, I would like to again repeat myself that if in case this is an impulse, because the drop is 5 waves, there's no doubt. Now, if the 5 wave decline is a part of an expanded flat, it's okay. It's still a corrective drop, ABC. But if it's the beginning of a new trend, then the 5 wave drop is just going to be retraced before the bears are back in control. So you need to watch out somewhere on the 61.8%, which we will be able to touch base next session, the Tokyo Sydney overlap. And I would, if there is any doubt, we would suggest to book profits there around 100K. Only a push above 102 will instill further confidence that we are heading towards 110 and 121. This is one thing to keep in mind. And the other thing is the stop loss needs to be tightly in place just around the 90,000 mark. If we don't want to be on the wrong side, repeatedly I've been calling it, if the trend reversal happens. Okay. So don't get caught on the wrong side, please. This is the last wave. Probably we are into the last wave, the fifth wave minute degree of the fifth wave minor degree. All right. Just a moment. Okay. Ethereum is the next one. Once again, you see that I'm really not convinced with the price action here in Ethereum. And we've been talking about this since the last two sessions now. This is a sideways action. If it's an expanded flat wave four, it's going to go a bit higher towards 3,400 and again another low. We need to this price action needs to clear at least the 78% drop, 78% retracement of the current drop for us to confirm that we are heading north towards 4,100. Possibility remains, but the percentage is not 80% or 85% as we are sure about the euros and the dollar index and pound and dollar JPY and gold. We have discussed pound, dollar, and dollar JPY earlier sessions. So, guys, please keep your stop loss very tight around the 3,100 mark, and you can remain long, but don't keep the trade open, please. It can go and retrace a bit and then reverse, something like that. Okay, so we need to be prepared of scenario as well, because the as discussed last time, that drop is again an impulse. If it's a part of an expanded flat, it's good. It's just corrective. But if it's not, then we might get into the wrong side if the stop loss is not placed. So always place your stop loss and don't take anything for granted as far as the price action is concerned. Bullish divergences are seen, but if you see the price action, it has been absolutely flat in the past 4 hours. All right. Solana, I've been talking about Friday since there is one more high left for the fifth wave to complete as others. But again, it's quite possible because if you look at the 0.618 Fibonacci extension, that was coming around 235. Prices have already exceeded that mark. So, worst case scenario, the five wave could be complete as well. And the move until now, between the low and what's the low there? 175 and 224 is corrective in nature. Okay. The same with Ethereum. So when we see a correction, when we see so much of overlapping, it is not impulse. Impulses are very straightforward, like this one. This is an impulse. This one, okay. Uh, this is an impulse. It means business. Now, when there's so much of overlapping, it could be a corrective wave. It could be a combination, just killing time before before slipping lower again. So please have your stop loss until 175. Till the time prices are above that, you can take your chances towards uh, 280 and above. All right. A break below 161, though, would be a certain confirmation that wave 5 is done with. I'm quite confident about Ripple that it is still having one more leg left on the higher side. As I keep saying, that triangles are very important structures to identify, and if we have identified a triangle, we need to stay confident about a thrust wave towards the trend. Now the trend is high, the trend is up. That's an impulse, a correction, again an impulse. You see the structure of an impulse wave, it means business. Now this is sideways. It is a contracting triangle. The moment wave E completes, we should see a thrust wave pushing towards 3.7 or maybe 3.2. That would be the last leg of Ripple before bears are back in control. All right. In this case, your stop loss cannot go too low. You can place your stop loss just around the 1.92 mark. All right. So we'll keep the session short, this one. And from my side, back to you, Igor.
Once again, thanks very much, SPDas. Absolutely amazing. We're just going to cap it
Yeah,
off right
thank you as
there.
well.
Forex Lens gives you the edge. Forex Lens understands the global economy and financial markets. With machine learning, we give you real-time global analysis and investment strategies. Forex Lens lets you invest and earn with institutional traders, even if you're new to trading. Trading and investing made simple with Forex Lens. Check out our performance at forexlens.com. Get the edge on trades. Your eye into the markets.